Alrighty, so anybody who's absent today, if you go to our Schoology page, it takes you to next week. But if you hit these back arrows, click on Friday, and I want you to come here. If everybody was here 6th period, so it would be anybody missing 8th period. Click on this Google form, and I want you to complete what class you have to sign up for, either CCP pre-calc or regular pre-calc for next year. And then anybody who would like to take honor CCP stats for next year, you can take that with pre-calc. Just let me know and I'll sign you up for that. But I really need to know here which one of these you would want to take next year. You have to have an 80% average for the whole year to stay in CCP pre-calc next year. All right, so a couple things. First things first. The exams, we were talking about that. The exam. Your actual exam consists of 9 free response. Now, when I say free response, everybody's like, what's free response in math? Guys, that's like a normal, I consider all my normal tests free response. It's like a normal test. So you have 9 problems that I give you the problems, you work it out, you put the answer on the answer blank. 9 of those, okay? Those are 6 points each. So 9 times 6 is 54, okay? Then you have 18 multiple choice. Those are 3 points each. So 18 times 3 is also 54. So when you add those up, how many points is your exam? 108. So that's how we arrive at your exam score. Now, multiple choice, I will caution you on. I think multiple choice in math is hard. The obvious wrong answers are there. When you do multiple choice, you will be allowed to write on the multiple choice test. So write on it all you want. I'll give you extra paper. You can write on the extra paper because there's not a lot of room on the multiple choice part. So you can either write on the actual test booklet or on a separate sheet of paper. And then you're going to bubble in on Zip Grade. You guys are familiar with Zip Grade. A lot of teachers use Zip Grade sheets because we use our phones to grade it. So you're going to use Zip Grade bubble sheet is how you'll bubble in your multiple choice answers. So I always encourage students on multiple choice, do a quick glance at the answers, go off to the side, do the work, come back and find the answer. Okay? That's what I suggest with the multiple choice. Okay? If you add up the 9 free response questions and the 18 multiple choice questions, how many total questions are that? Or is that? 27. Now, some of you are like, oh my gosh, my Spanish one is like 100 and something. Guys, those are real quick recall questions. Okay, these questions take time. So a normal test is 12. Okay, so 27 is more than enough. Okay, so yes, you have 27 total questions. If you look at your practice exam, ding, ding, ding. How many questions are on your practice exam? 27. Wow. So what have I just told you?
It's the same.
It's the same. Okay. You just don't know which ones are multiple choice and which ones are free response. But here's your 27 questions. Okay. If it's on this practice exam, is it on your exam? Yep. If it's not on here, is it on your exam? Nope. So you need to know how to do this 100% for your exam and you will be fine. Okay. So that's why one of the reasons why I don't like you to write on this, because how should you study? You guys don't take your exam. When is your exam in this class? Wednesday. You guys are early. At least you're Wednesday. I always feel bad for the classes that have it Friday. Have you guys all seen the exam schedule?
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys will come in and you'll take it Wednesday morning. Okay. So it's not too long, but it is, from now to Wednesday. If you don't touch this from now to Wednesday, you're going to forget it. Some of you will. So I would definitely go back and redo some of this on Tuesday evening. Questions on exam and how the exam works. Okay. So again, on Monday for this class, when you guys come in, We're going to go over the next half of the practice exam, which is 16 through 27. I don't have written out answer keys like this. We're going to do it more like we do go over a practice test where I call on you to do them. That's all I have on Monday. And then it's study from that point forward. On Tuesday, because my 8th period class has their exam, I don't have anything scheduled for Tuesday in this class. So if you guys want to bring other things to study, you want to study for that 8th period exam, you want to, whatever it is that you need to do, okay? You guys are welcome to bring whatever. If you have questions for me, you can come up and I'll answer any questions for math that you have. But you're also welcome to study whatever class it is that you have coming up 8th period. Yes?
Will you post like an answer key for it?
I will post the answer key on Monday after. Yes. Okay, good question. Anybody else? Okay, so let's talk about this practice exam and let's go over some of the ones that you guys needed to go over. Chapter 1, let's all look at chapter 1 first. Chapter 1 was 1 through 8. 1 through 8. Okay, solve the system. When we learned solving systems, you guys could do substitution or elimination. I don't care. You could even then solve them both. By the way, you can use your graphing calculator on the entire exam. Okay, so you could solve them both for y, put them in your graphing calculator, find the point of intersection. Unless it's on the free response part and I ask you to show work. Check that. But I don't know if it's multiple choice or free response. Let me see which one that is. Because now that I say that to you, I want to make sure that I didn't. Let me see what that one is. Oh, that one's multiple choice. You can do whatever you want for that one. Okay. So I just told you one of your multiple choice ones. All right. Any questions on 1? Number 2, just identify the parent function. All u's or parabolas are quadratic. All lines are linear, and all v's are absolute value. Identify the domain and range of each of the above. Domain is all the x values and range is all the y values. I should have arrows. Okay. Does anybody need me to go over A, B, or C?
No.
Okay. Number 4 and 5. These were ones where you had to, and we've been doing these, but these get tough. You had to reflect over y, horizontal shrink up 2, and then reflect over x, left 2, and vertical stretch by 6. So I need to talk through 4 or 5. Okay, how about 6? 6 was a linear regression. It says the table shows the number of hours spent studying and the scores for several students. Write an equation. It says the line of best fit. If it wants the line of best fit, which regression will you use? Linear regression. Because it wants a line. If it wants the line of best fit, you use linear regression. And then predict the test score for a student who studies for 5 hours. So then that second calc value, 5, plug it in. Questions on number 6? 7, just describe the transformations. How'd you guys do there? You guys said chapter 2 was the hard one? Yeah. Okay, and then number 8. Number 8, you guys struggled on number 8 on the test. Did you guys need me to talk about 8? Number 8, they're on the 2 shops, rent canoes. That was one that you guys actually had that on the test. And some of you struggled with it. Huh?
That exact question.
Was it very similar? You guys need that one? Okay, any questions on chapter 1? Okay, which one's got you in chapter 2? Give me numbers. Which ones got you on number 2, in chapter 2? You guys said 2 was, or did you just have to do more research? Look it up more. 9.
Oh,
Okay, yeah, you had to recognize. You had to recognize, or the quickest way to recognize this, first of all, since there's a negative out front, does it open up or down? So make sure when you graph it that it opens down. Now, what form is this? What form is this one in? We have 3 different forms. You have form for 9, form for 10, form for 11. 9 or 10 This is standard form, ax squared plus bx plus c. Okay? 11 is vertex form because I can quickly see which way does this shift. Right 4? What's your vertex? 4, 6. So you can pick that quick. The form for number 9 is one we don't use very often, but it was called intercept form. Do you remember intercept form? You had to look it up. Okay, so opens down. So what's this x-intercept or 0? 2. What's this x-intercept or 0? Now we know this is a quadratic. So we're saying, okay, it's going to cross here at 2. And it's going to cross over here at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, how do you find the axis of symmetry between those? Well, it has to be in the middle, so you just add 2 and negative 6 and divide by 2. So what's 2 plus negative 6? Negative 4. Divide by 2, you get what? So you added 2, x equals, you added 2 and negative 6 and divided by 2. So you got negative 4 over 2. So you said x is negative 2. So over here is my axis of symmetry. That's my mirror. Now how do you find the vertex? Well, you just take negative 2 and you plug it back into both of those x's. Okay, what's negative 2 minus 2? Negative 4. So I have a negative out front, and then I have negative 4. And then what's negative 2 plus 6? 4. And then what's negative 4 times 4? Negative 16. And what's the opposite of 16? So my vertex is here. I graph my function. Now, could you have picked one more point if I asked for 5 points? Could you have picked one more point between, negative, or between 2 and negative 2? Yeah. Okay, questions now. Is that a good enough explanation on 9? Yeah. How about 10, finding the max of the min? Can you use your calculator for that one? Yeah. How do you use your calculator? Put it into y equals and do second calc maximum. Yeah. Okay. How about 11? Describe, we already talked about that one. 12. Okay. Write a rule. Remember, rule is the same thing as what? Equation. So write an equation after we've shifted it left 2 and a vertical stretch by 3 and reflect over y. So this was in chapter 2 because it was quadratic, but didn't we just do this again? It's just we had higher degree polynomials. All right. Now, this one, here's my table. It says to use what? Quadratic regression. So you did stat calc 5. 5 is quadratic regression. Then it says determine how many hats are sold if they charge $10. What happened when you went to 10 here? Did you get error? Yeah. So what'd you have to do? Window. Make your x value something bigger than 10. Okay? I'll come around and ask individual questions here in a few minutes. Describe the transformations. State the vertex, axis of symmetry, and domain and range. All right, which way did this one shift? Left 3 and down 5. So what's my vertex? Where did my vertex go? Negative 3, negative 5. So there's your vertex, negative 3, negative 5. What's the axis of symmetry? Be careful, it has to be an equation. X equals negative 3. And so we stated the vertex. Does it open up or down? Why does it open up? Not a negative out front. So what's a domain? All real numbers. What's the range? Everything greater than or equal to negative 5. Good. Okay. And then the last one, number 15, graph the function. And I kind of led you through what to do. What's the y-intercept? Negative 4. How do you find the vertex and the axis of symmetry in standard form? What do? Negative b over 2a. That gives you the x. That gives you the vertex. Or not the vertex, the axis of symmetry. X equals opposite of b over 2a. Then you take that value and you plug it back in. And this one says make sure you have 5 points. So this one will probably be what? Extended response. Questions? Okay. Any questions at all? I will be around to answer any questions that anybody has. You have the rest of class time to work on your homework. I know some of you have already done that, but you can ask me any questions. I need the blue sheets, but I will be around to answer questions on last night's homework or anything else that you guys might have. So, let me stop my video.